Alright folks, welcome back to another week here on the Search Marketing Update. The Shmoo. Someone needs to make us a mascot for that. Lots going on this week. As always, we got a little discussion on EAT that we've been having, and a patent that Bill put out on Friday. Last week, of course. Let's see, what we got the usual update, or not update, or could be an update, or we never know. And no Glenn Gabe. There you go, Michael. I hope you're happy. And we got some more useful stuff in Search Console and a whole bunch more. So let's get this thing going. Alright, I want to start this week off with, I don't know if it's news, but it's just, I guess, it's something we've been talking a lot in groups with the dojo and such, which is the old EAT, for those who don't know, expertise, authority, and trust, but I'm sure most of you do because people have been jumping on the bandwagon, just like Rank Burt and everything else.
It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
Didn't you lose a lot of money on that other investment, the one from the email?
You know what, Toby? When the son of the deposed king of Nigeria emails you directly asking for help, you help. His father ran the freaking country, okay?
And on that note, again, a lot of people talk about it, and it's kind of like the old just make quality content from Google, but there's rarely ever anything we can find algorithmically that is going to lead towards that. So I guess somebody decided to talk to Danny about this recently. Well, it's kind of like the old days with the sandbox, which for those of you who may have missed it, Google would say we don't really have a sandbox, but we do have some algorithms that might sort of make one look like that. So EAT is the same thing. It's something that came from the Google Raiders Guide. Expertise, we don't really know algorithmically how they might be doing that. More on that in a couple seconds. And trust, very little on that as well, as far as, once again, algorithmically. This is the Search Raiders Guide that all this stuff started with. And so it's hard to say, folks. So everyone's pitching this, everyone's talking about, but what the hell, people? We don't know how it's working or what it's doing. So, and to that end, Friday of last week, my buddy Bill put up a post on using vectors and other ways to classifications for sites as far as things that might be used for expertise and authority. So that is kind of interesting. It's finally, but it's okay. This is a patent filing, folks, in the European office, not in the States or anything like that. So what it becomes, ultimately, we're not really sure, but it's kind of neat to see stuff on it. So, again, EAT. Great, talk about it, tell your clients about it, but what are you telling them? If you know, you're saying, well, we need to work on our expertise, authority, and trust. We don't really have anything. You know what I mean? We have links, we got PageRank, we got other things to do with links that we know about. We have temporal, we have query classifications, we've got lots of things we do know about. But what we don't really know is this, again, it's just like the old days of create quality content. That's not a thing you tell a client. Well, you could to make yourself look good, but that's probably what most people are doing. Hopefully, thanks to what Bill found, they're working out ways to actually classify these and score them, and we can start to get an idea of what we should actually be doing to feed the beast. But until then, I still exercise caution. Stop selling your book. Stop doing your presentations on it until you actually know what to advise. You can't just say, hey, go do this. Bullshit. I call bullshit. There's nothing out there for it. Anyways, whatever. Moving along. All right, for those of you who've been coming around here for a little while, 4 or 5 of you, one thing I really dislike is you know, the usual news that is, you know, useless. Doesn't really tell you much. Sure, as people chatter in the business, kind of like the EAT stuff, but isn't news you can use. So hey, we got some news you can use. Second week in a row, some additions over at Search Console, this time on site migration. So basically moving one domain to another, change of address, I guess they call it. But it's always an issue. It's not sure if this one actually works if you're moving like from a static site to a WordPress or something like that on the same site. But definitely if you're changing domains for any reason, this is kind of a handy tool. So we picked this one up over on Search Engine Journal this week. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody covered it, but you know, I like to spread the love around here. It looks kind of neat. For those of you who haven't really checked it out much, you're putting in, go check it out, by the way. Go look in the Search Console just to get a feel for it. But when you put in like the new domain to where you're going in the old domain, it's going to check redirects. It's going to check the various elements that might be an issue, which is really kind of cool because, great, you can crawl a dev server and everything else, but sometimes you might miss it. And again, what Google sees is more important to us than what some crawler we're using does. So it's kind of neat. Once you've got all those in place and it passed all the tests, or you know, you clean up all the issues, you can confirm the move. And then you wait and see what happens. You know, you can cancel the move. Not sure why, but you'll get a confirmation when they picked it up and picked up your sitemaps and everything else. I'm assuming. Again, I did one of these recently, but it was just before this came out, so I didn't get to actually toy with it. But anyways, it's pretty cool stuff. Again, anything more they can do with it to help us, I'm happy. So yeah, cool. Hey, Google, thank you. Something we use for all you youngsters out there. Oh, there were days when all we had was the Google guy or something, and we didn't really get much from Google. We had to figure, I don't know, is that bad or good? It's bad in the sense, I think, that we got some lazier SEOs that have come around in the more recent years, and then you got the more figuring stuff out for yourself, and never a bad thing. But again, anything Google can give us, I'll take it. All right, let's move it on. Alright, so in our next story, something we kind of touched on last week, but we're seeing more of it, is some different tests that seem to be going in the search results. This time, for those of you familiar with Discover and the presentation on mobile phones, it's very image heavy and whatnot, but strangely enough, we're seeing these in the desktop, and well, folks ain't fucking happy.
You've now reached our cruising altitude. If you look out the window, you'll see the Rocky Mountains. We have to get out of here.
It is probably, and I'm not sure I would be either. Like, I guess, unless, of course, it was my client's site up there, but that's a bit of a crap show. It's a bit of a fucking, it's really, somewhat out of your control. So I don't know if seeing this on desktop's going to be a good thing, but we're seeing a bunch of tests again on it. So, all right, well, let's have a look. As you can see here, this is a desktop search, not a mobile search, and it's got all the appearances of what we'd see in Discover. I don't really know how people are going to go about this. So far, all the reactions have been kind of crappy. Some other examples here from Christian. Again, different versions of this. Actually, at the time of recording this here on a Sunday evening, or Sunday afternoon. See, I don't even know what day it is. I'm doing well. Anyways, Barry Schwartz was actually also posting about this, so I didn't really grab any screens because I think you get the idea here. But I'll definitely have a link below to all this stuff in the description of the video here on YouTube. Go and check it out for yourself. It's different. Anyways, go, again, read it below here. Go check it out for yourself. I'm not a fan. Let me know in the comments. Do you like it as a user? Do you like it as an... Well, I'm guessing, again, unless your client's up there, I doubt you're liking it. Let me know in the comments. That's all we got for that. I'm just going to move right along because that's just scaring me. So, let's go. Okay, and next story. March 1st is around the corner, and for those of you who remember, I believe it was back in September, Google was talking about how they're implementing changes to the Nofollow to be used as hints for indexing, crawling, and potentially even ranking factors. And this is all starting up on March 1st, so I just figured it's something we might as well bring back up again for those of you who may have missed it because you're too busy with your rank BERT or, well, Burt Brain. Someone actually came up with that the other day. Burt Brain. I think I might like Burt Brain better than I like Rank Burt.
Just what do you think you're doing, Dave?
What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Alright, no, I'm kidding. That's not the end of that. You can still tell me. I just don't care. Alright, so anyways, this is all coming along March 1st, which is in about a week or so, the day before my birthday, for those of you who care. March 2nd is my birthday. Wish me a happy birthday in the comments as well. And, well, alright, so, it's what it is, folks. Again, this is started a while back. It's nothing new. To what we know, the ranking elements of them deciding if they want to use no-followed link as a hint is something that they assume, or we've been told, or we're not really sure, the usual shit with this industry in Google. But it's supposedly that part's still around, and it's the sort of hint towards indexing and crawling that is going to start coming in. So, and those of you that have been trying to silo your content with no follows, I hope none of you are fucking doing that still. Stop doing that. It's kind of going to become pointless at this point because you're not going to corral it. And again, Google kind of broke its own link graph with this stuff, so to me it was just inevitable that it was going to happen. Again, the original post, I'll link that up down the bottom here. You can go and take a look at it and get a sense of what it's doing. Do I think anything's going to massively change? Who knows? We'll find out. As of March 1st, we'll start watching your analytics and see if anything changes. I really personally don't think a lot's going to change.
Google Wave, what happened?
We killed it.
Google Glass, what happened?
We killed it.
Google Car.
No, this is going to be amazing.
Most of this has already been implemented as far as rankings go, with the crawling and stuff. Again, like, it might change a few things if you're getting lots of links from authority sites that had no follows on it. It wasn't really crawling that page, but the odds are that page is getting crawled anyways from your sitemaps and stuff. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of people jumping up and down and talking about it when we actually get there. And of course, Barry will have something about something movement in the force. But for me, I'm not sure. But we got this in the Q&A section, so we'll get back to this momentarily. So that's what it is. Again, go read about it yourself. Be ready. Keep watching analytics. I'm not expecting a lot, but hey, fuck, I've been wrong before. So, all right, let's keep going. Okay, and then the next section, which is usually where I kind of take a dump on stupid shit I find. There wasn't a whole lot of stupid shit out there this week. Imagine that. I'm shocked, to be honest. I guess there was a couple of things I picked up. Well, we got to have our weekly... Well, hold on, let me show you. And of course, Barry had to give me my weekly search algorithm update, or not update, or it could be an update, might not be an update. We're not sure if it's an update, but someone said it might be an update. There's people talking about their rankings. Your rankings moved this week. Well, congratulations. So, I don't know. If anyone saw anything, let me know in the comments. I tend to ignore this shit, so, unless it's a core, and other than that. And then we had another kind of I had to just go seriously on that one. John Mueller was talking about web spam re-inclusions and reconsiderations, whatever you want to call them these days. And share everything, and brace for feedback. And be honest. Yeah, that's something we're going to do. Because really, pure web spam, that's not quite the same as the thin content or any other, kind of penalty you might get. So the odds are you weren't too honest when you did it.
Almost done. And there. Done.
What have you done?
So, now Google wants you to be honest when you're reconsidering. I'd like to work on that team. I'd like to see one of those. Yeah, okay, we did a bunch of spammy shit. We thought we'd get away with it. Okay, you caught us. All right, you caught us. Yeah, I'm not even sure that would work. And brace for feedback. Again, I'd like to work on that team and be giving feedback. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You really think that'd be fun. Fuck it. Let's go. All right, next section today is, of course, my stuff. And, well, I didn't really do much. Sorry. We did have a hangout. I was over at Bill and Ammon's hangout on Tuesday. I'll leave you a link for that below. That was kind of fun. Lots of good... I always like hanging out with Bill and the boys. And Dojo, we did a hangout on Friday that was really kind of fun. We had a really good crew in there. We had Jamie came in with us. Steve Plunkett showed up. He hasn't been around for a while. Aussie Webmaster, a.k.a. Frank Watson, was there. Some really good conversations. Too much on local for my liking, but we all know how I feel about that. Again, that'll be linked up below. And another reason why you should be subscribing, because we just keep churning out lots of great shit around here. And other than that, not much. Some people were talking about last week's show. For those of you who missed it, my cat was making a bit of an appearance last week. He's not been trained to look in the camera. Oh, there you go. See, look. This is Spider. All right. There you go, buddy. To which Michael Martinez decided to screen cap something and get the cat on there. And kind of funny. No idea why. And then that was on Facebook. And then over on Twitter, Irish Wonder. For those of you who don't remember her, wonderful person. Love talking with her. She just does new Facebook. Wanted to know if the cat was all right. So I don't know. Apparently we need more cats in the show or something like that, because I put on a 20-minute show and all I end up getting back from it is chatter about the cat. Okay. Wow. You people. Are you gonna look? No. Oh, camera. There you go. Look, it's so nice. All right, well, there you go. We got a dog in this week. We happy? Yes, we're happy. Got the puppy. All right, you gotta go. I gotta work. All right, see you later. Bye. Love you. There you go. You got a dog this week. All right, so screenshots inbound and send bones instead of t-shirts. I don't know. I don't get you people. And yes, my dog is named after a serial killer TV show, but he's really a nice guy. He's a sweetheart, so he doesn't live up to his namesake. Really? The other dog wants in the show now too, apparently. He's just going to start barking back there. It's life. High production values this show. We really bring the A game.
Okay.
Alright, so the next section is going to be our Q&A. We didn't have one last week because the show was already running pretty long. Hopefully we'll get these in this time. I don't know. But yeah, you're allowed to send me any questions you want. They could be serious, they could be goofy, they could be personal. Doesn't really matter.
Are there any questions?
What are the 3 pillars of retail?
Convenience.
Ingredients.
Service.
Burgers.
Building loyalty.
Killing royalty.
So, get us started this week. Michael Martinez, one of our 3 or 4 viewers each week that keep coming back, was curious, back to, again, like I said, we get to this momentarily, is how much you think Google will be using the new link relation attributes. So we got the UGC one, there's a few different ones. How they'll use them, that's hard to say. You know what I mean? It's just one more way that they're, again, they poisoned their link graph with the Nofollow. It was a great idea at the time. I think at the end of the day, though, once you start scaring people, because we had, I remember that's when manual actions were around. We had penguin algorithms that were more, front-facing, and I think it just scared too many sites into just using that Nofollow across the board and kind of poisoned the link graph. So apparently it's already started to be part of rankings. Who knows as far as the other stuff. They're leaning more on this crawling and indexing stuff, the UGC and whatnot. The other, I think they'll probably add more in the future. I think that, you know what I mean, that's going to be something. Obviously, I think UGC gets a lot of spam, as does advertising and stuff. So I would imagine at least those, if anything, they might use them to catch people that are messing about that don't use them. People that aren't aware of them, you might start to see more outbound link penalties, because we've seen more than a few of those lately, which were on the rise. So it's quite possible that'll be something. Next up is Caden Phipps, somebody I've been working with and helping out, a young feller, really good young feller, one of those people I consider to be the future of SEO, at least the industry itself. Young people are, at least good young people are hard to find out there. He's, like to know, #1 ranking factor that most SEOs underestimate or miss. PageRank? No. No, but I'm serious, I guess. Caden, as you know, we've talked about this a lot lately, you and I. I think that just some of the general understanding of PageRank, really, like internal link ratios and how you're using internal link to pass equity, how people are structuring sites, like putting evergreen into blog posts that start to paginate and get too far down that PageRank isn't passing to them. So I really, I thought about this for a while, and I could have said a whole bunch of different things. But I think in the end of the day, really, how PageRank is used, and at least external equity is passed around the site, and how you work with it to surface important content is something probably not really talked about a lot. Don't mind the kitchen staff. They're preparing for my lunch or something. I don't know. There's always something going on in this house. Dogs and plates and... And of course, where would we be each week without someone taking the piss? So how are you, my buddy, from UK? Well, no. Where are you again, dude? I sound like an asshole. Don't even know. He was asking, what is the best EAT keyword density to use when submitting your site to top LSI directories so that you won't get penalized by RankBrain? Okay, alright. Or yeah, as you well know, RankBrain is not as nearly as important as RankBert or BertBrain. What have we decided on that? Anyways, and then you've doubled up. Like, all keywords are LSI keywords these days, and your EAT density, well, obviously, you've got to eat enough LSI to get the right density. Which is why the kitchen staff is working for me right now, because I have to go and eat some LSI keywords. I don't know. But anyways, thank you for that question. It's very important, and I'm sure everyone's learned a lot from it. So there. Are we happy? If you want to ask questions, you can throw them at me on Facebook, Twitter, in the comments of the video. Doesn't matter where. You throw them at me, we'll get them answered, because people really want to know this stuff. And there you go. There we have it for another week. Hopefully we've kept within a manageable, bite-sized, eatable proportion for you to get through the whole thing. If you made it this far, congratulations. You really have nothing better to do with yourself. Thanks to everybody that's been supporting us and saying nice things, comments, and pitching along and sharing the damn thing. We hope it was informative, hope it was entertaining, hope you had some fun, and we'll see you next week. Till then, just keep on rocking out there.